Welcome to your monthly focus, February 2020. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, Tilly, for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Now, February 2020 carries a 6 energy with it, so we will be looking at our routines, our health and well-being collectively. Also, 6 is the universal number for love. So we'll be growing relationships, falling in love with things, following our passions, stepping into our passions, our love for ourselves, for other people, for the things that we want in our life. Absolutely. Some of the things that will be happening for the month of February when we look at the astrology, Mercury. Well, we start off with the sun in Aquarius. So we're looking for the unique, the different, the new, the original, and how to bring that into our lives in one way or another. We'll find out as we hit the cards. Mercury goes into Pisces on February, I think the 3rd, followed by Venus moving into Aries. So Mercury going into Pisces, it's kind of we can kind of get dreamy in our talk, in what we want. It's a beautiful time to have that conversation with yourself of seeing the potential of your tomorrow and where you can grow it. It can bring magic to our words, almost a spirituality in our flow of how we talk, of what we do in order to go forward. So we could be a little bit more creative with our dream, our desires. Venus going into Aries, it wants love, it wants it now, it wants it exciting, it wants it new. We're kind of the warrior in love. We want to change it and make it sparkle, and it's like new love, new beginnings, new starts. So we're looking for the new experiences. We're looking to be wowed, to be swept off our feet. And so we also need to look at how to sweep somebody off their feet and show them love as well. We have the full moon then in Leo at 20 degrees. I believe our full moon for our eclipse, our lunar eclipse, was at 20 degrees as well. So there's a pattern here that we have to pay attention to, that it really attaches to that energy. So if you need to review that video of the lunar eclipse, then by all means, please go back. I think January the 10th. That doesn't sound right. Maybe. Around January the 10th, look for one of my videos, scroll through the specials perhaps, and you'll be able to visit back to that energy and how it portrays in this energy going forward, how we are growing, stepping into that energy at a different level. Mars, I believe, then moves into Capricorn. So when Mars moves into Capricorn, we become a little bit more strategic. We want to do the steps. We want to follow through. We want to have the order. We want to be successful the first time around. Then we'll have Mercury going retrograde, although from the beginning of February all to this point of February 16th, we will be in shadow. So we will be revisiting this part of our walk with Mercury during this time, and coming back stronger and more knowledgeable than ever before. The sun will then move into Pisces, so happy birthday, Pisces. I think right after that, shortly after that, we've got Saturn and Neptune talking together in a very harmonious way. So the dreams, be careful not to get caught up in the illusions. We want the expansion of our dreams, of our spirituality. It will all be exploding inside of us. So it'll be a very magical, spiritual time for us. And then we will enter the new moon in Pisces at 4 degrees. And if you remember way back in December 26th, when we had the solar eclipse, it was at 4 degrees. Our last new moon was at 4 degrees. And now here we are with this moon at 4 degrees on February the 23rd. And I believe believe that is an 11 energy with the numerology. So before we get any further and we turn to the cards, remember, I do love you. Welcome, Cancer. Let's get right to the cards. I just want to make sure I have the deck the right way around. I had it the wrong way around when I pressed the record button. Let's get right to the cards. We'll shuffle fast. We will cut the cards and see what they have to say about our February. So, Four of Cups. We start out with the Gratitude card. So it is about being grateful for who you are, where you are, what you are doing, your talents, your abilities, the things in your life, your whatever it is. Be grateful. Be grateful that you are in this moment of time. Be grateful that you are you. Be grateful that you have great wisdom and understanding. Be grateful for your talents, your abilities. Sometimes when we start taking things take advantage of things, or taking things, kind of like it's expected to be there, right? It's like going out to start your car and it doesn't start one day. It's like that really throws off your plans for the rest of the day. Something that you never thought would happen because you forgot to be grateful for the experience of having that car. So it's about being more aware of maybe the things in your life that have value. I could see that being more of what this card is trying to tell us. To be grateful for the things in your life that already allow you to walk through life very smoothly. Like, you thank your brain for telling it to make your heart pump and your lungs to breathe, and all those things that thank yourself for yourself, and then spread it out through everything else. And look at this, we have the Knight of Cups. There's love, there's passion, there's joy, there's beauty that comes to you. If you're looking for a relationship, this could be the month. If you are trying to grow a relationship, this could be the month. It depends on how much love and perhaps romance. If it's a business venture, it could still be a romance. You could be having a romance with the newness of everything that you need to do in preparation of getting it all together, all your ducks in a row, or having your grand opening, and feeling the excitement of things to happen and to come, and to have fun with it, I guess, and to allow your inner child to come out to enhance the work you're doing, the things you're studying, to take it more from a child's perspective, to have more joy in the experience. But I think joy finds you long before you go in search of it with this card. And be very grateful for these experiences. When wonderful things happen to you, say thank you. And the Ace of Pentacles. So there could be something coming in, some kind of little lucky streak for you, or things just happen seemingly out of nowhere, and it all goes together, and all of a sudden you end up in a whole new place. Or something transpires that allows you to move into a passion or a dream of yours that you've always wanted, or better yet, an adventure of what you've always wanted. Maybe a learning experience that you've always wanted. Something comes along to help you this month move into that path that you want to walk. Ten of Cups. This should be a beautiful month for you. Enjoy it. It could open up so many new opportunities and adventures. It could feel too good to be true sometimes. You might have to pinch yourself a few times. So long as you go with the energy of just being, not trying to control anything, being grateful for everything that does surround you, allowing your inner child out to experience the joy of maybe learning, or exploring, or researching, or traveling in some way. transforming. We have the happily ever after, and that's kind of like the underlying energy. That so your energy is raised a little bit throughout the month of February to actually invite happiness and joy into your life. We have the World card. You're kind of coming away from this energy. A couple of signs have gotten this already, believe it or not, but in a different placement. For you, it's more of you have been doing the work at completing, of letting go, of healing, of working towards who you want to become, what you want to step into. And it's time to really look at cutting the cords, letting go, allowing healing, letting go of letting go. You have basically ended the chapter. So now it's time to start writing your new experience. Or maybe you've finished the chapter and you've got that blank piece of paper and that pen, and you need to take a moment to reflect on where you are today, in order to really, when you start to write your new story, your new chapter, that it is more in line with how you've been walking through the energy, to keep it at a beautiful flow, to understand that you are working with a lot more than you thought offhand. But once you started to think about what surrounds you, what motivates you, what helps you, you see how much more you do have to work with. It gives you more of an inspiration on what you're going to take on going forward. The Tower. Tower here is our overriding energy. So I would have to say that things will be changing for you. The Tower card never comes in. The Tower card never comes in to pull you back from a path. The Tower card comes in to enable you to go forward in a path. So there could be something that happens to you this month that is life transforming. And you may not know that you are stepping into this beautiful, remarkable, successful path, because right now you're going through the shock of regrouping or redefining or changing your expectations, or inviting in new and different and leaving the old behind. And it's only through hindsight, I think, that you will really understand that, wow, if that didn't happen to me, the Tower card is like your boss coming out and saying you're fired. And you're just like, what do you mean? Oh my gosh, how do I pay my bills? How am I going to make the rent? What am I going to do? What am I going to tell everybody? And a million and one thoughts, right? And how am I going to survive? And it's like the most devastating experience of your life. And a year later, you look back and you go, thank God that happened, because I never would have went in search of this opportunity. But it's because I had to, that I found it. And it has transformed my life so completely to one I never even imagined I could have. So go with the flow of any chaos or disruptions that happen in your life. Something leaves, or there's some kind of closure in your life that it was unexpected. To go with the flow, to understand that that could be indeed the gift that comes to you. 5 of Cups. The more you think in a negative fashion, the more that negative will stick to you this month, okay? It's really about making sure that you are making very positive statements about where you want to go, of who you want to be, of what you already have to work with. Once again, we started out with the gratitude for a reason, okay? If we don't put that into effect, we could end up looking at the cup half empty, leaving this month, where you should be just on fire and ready to explode, okay? So in a good way, right? So new moon affirmations, I would say do that every day. If you're on the Patreon, do the I am meditation every day. Absolutely. And raise that vibration. Look at the good around you. Really, a gratitude journal is almost like a lifeline for you this month. So if you don't do that, do that. Okay. Even if you're a very positive person, from the outset, there could be some things that really pull you down and keep you in the negative unless you are aware that you are being dragged down and being kept in the negative when there's a lot of positive around you. So keep that front and foremost, please. Okay, work and career. Look at this. We have the Hermit. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? I always see the Hermit as a very solid, independent, they take care of themselves. They don't push themselves to limits. Although it looks to us like they push themselves to limits, you don't. Even though on the outside we're looking at you Cancers, and you're like, how do they do what they do? Like, how do they keep going? How do they hold it all together? How do they make it happen? And and trust me, we are looking at you like that. And here's the Hermit saying that that's exactly who you are in the job, that you are what you have for talents and abilities. So it could be that you are looking forward to using your talents and abilities in new and different ways, or somebody sees that of you and wants to, all of a sudden you've got a job offer seemingly out of nowhere. But it's by taking stock of who you are and feeling good about what you're doing. But it's more than just feeling good about what you're doing. It with the Hermit, it's more of an inner knowing that you're good, that you've got this, and you can very easily be recognized and being given opportunities because of that this month, by what I'm looking at here. Something will be offered to you just seemingly out of the blue. I mean, I laid that card down with the Ace of Pentacles. So, but it's the Hermit. So the more that you pull back a little bit and really think about what you truly want going forward, the more that it may appear in your life going forward. But you have to be careful about the negative. Just don't beat yourself up about what you're not doing right or what you can't do. It doesn't matter. Focus on what you can do right and what you can do. And it should be a beautiful month of maybe even a new opportunity appearing in your life to grow your finances in some way. We have the Moon card. Relationships. You want to feel the liberation. You want to feel the freedom this month. I get more of it's by celebrating who you are, that if you're looking for somebody, you will find somebody of that same energy come into your life. So it's very much about allowing yourself to feel that inner child come out and experience the world in some way through that inner child. Okay, that could very much be the Knight of Cups, of enjoying the passion of celebrating in the romantic. I get romantic, even though I'm talking about work and career. Or I shouldn't be talking about work and career here. This is about relationships. So there's a the more you feel you're independent, I'm going to please me first kind of attitude, and finding the actual joy in pleasing yourself, the more you kind of raise the you raise the opportunity to really grow relationships in a brand new way, a deeper level, but also to really meet somebody on that same vibration, that same level. There's an inner balance. The more you are feeling that inner balance, so the more work you put into yourself this month, of maintaining an inner balance, of being at peace with yourself, of letting that inner child out, of wanting to feel that wild side of you, that liberated, free side of you. The more that relationships will actually go well. Maybe it's just your attitude that you're bringing to the table, your energy that you bring to the table, but it raises the energy of all of your relationships, and the ones that shouldn't be won't be going forward. Four of Pentacles, what are we holding on to here? What are we weighing out? What are we procrastinating about? What if I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can be that. I don't know if I can say that. Well, you won't know till you try. And sometimes we have to let go of the old ways of thinking about who we are and celebrate the new ways of thinking of who we will become. You're hanging on to some things and it's holding you back. We had the World card, so even though we've done all this clearing and healing and closure in our life, there's still some left to be done. We have to let go of it. We have to allow ourselves to try something new, try something different, to experience the world on a new level, on a new vibration. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Decisions. So you're going to see, oh, I can go this way or that way. Know that there is abundance and happiness in both ways that you will go. It really depends on what you're really looking for. So once again, it all depends on what you are feeling on the inside. Being grateful for the things that you already have to work with, and knowing that you have that in case you want to really go into some new direction. Your full moon will be in your second house, and that is very much about security, stability, productivity, and material security too. Your finances, it's the I have, and it's a very grounded, fixed energy that the moon will be in. So it's really about grounding ourselves in what has value in our life. And it could be material value. We could be definitely looking at that. But also material, and also what people, what things in our, the knickknacks in our life, the things that surround us in our life, how valuable are they? Or are they weighing us down in some way? I think it's going to be a very beautiful month for you going forward. I think at the end of the month we have the new moon. The new moon for you should be I think it's your adventure, and you could be opening yourself up to new ways to educate yourself, gain some kind of education, knowledge, wisdom. Travel will probably be another thing. It'll be more of a collective energy, really getting out there in the world and thriving through that experience. When it comes to traveling and learning and everything, you may even think that you want to go in one direction. I would hold off a little bit and really think things through and give it some time, give it some thought during this Mercury retrograde. Okay, so the first part of the month we are in shadow of Mercury retrograde. Then I think about the 18th, the Mercury retrograde does happen for us, and then we are in Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde, things can go wrong. So make sure that if you're traveling or anything, that you are double checking the reservations and making sure that all your ducks are in a row, so that you do have a beautiful travel experience or experiences. And you're really weighing things out this month. Okay, especially the second half of the month. You're really trying to find the balance. You're trying to find the compromise in order. Maybe this card is more of having both experiences, of not giving up one for the other, but combining them together in some way to have the best of both worlds. Why not? The way I had laid that down was a little bit different. It is touching the Knight of Cups, so talking about enjoying the journey. Okay, not so much of I need to get to the destination, but enjoying the journey. Okay, until we meet again, remember, I do love you.